My name is First Lieutenant Tony Lovett. This before you is the 2nd South Carolina Light Infantry. We're going to go through the demo of the musket demo. Alright, before you have several firearms that you'll see in front of us. One, you'll have the Brown Bess. This is what we basically start out with at the very beginning of the war because we have a bunch of old Brown Besses that are in the armories from the militia. So that's what we start out with. About later on in the war, we get a little closer, about 79, we get the French start entering into the war. They bring us this big shipment of their French Charlevilles. The difference is the caliber and the weight. The British Brown Bess is a 75 caliber musket ball. The French Charleville is a 69 caliber. A little bit smaller, still effective, but a lot lighter. We love this so much that after the war, in 1792, I believe it is, correct me on that later, but we actually designed the very first Springfield rifle off of the French Charleville. The only difference is the, where's the French Charleville? We don't have one. All right, so we're right there. The locking ring on the barrel ring is inverted. That's it. And now it's American. But we also have rifles. Rifles is not preferred on the line, and I'll tell you why. A good soldier can get 3 rounds off in 1 minute. It means every 20 seconds he is placing a ball, powder, and primer into his musket and firing. The difference is, this is rifle. A musket is a smooth bore. The Army likes the smooth bore for one main reason, and that is construction and manufacturing. A rifle is casted, and then it is drilled out. And that's what you get the spirals from. A musket is actually taking a piece of steel, wrapping it around a mold, forge welding it, which is a lot faster than making a rifle. A rifle is patched, which means it has a piece of oiled cloth that you place over the barrel after the powder. The ball goes in there and is rammed really tightly. It takes about almost a minute just to get 1 round in there. But it is a highly effective and very accurate. The other reason we don't like the rifle, at least on the line, is one other very important thing. The musket has a little lug at the very top. That is where our bayonet, this right here, goes on top. Rifles do not carry bayonets. More soldiers were killed by the bayonet, this, and I'll give you a visual representation. For y'all to see that? Yeah, does a lot of damage. The object is to take the battlefield, to actually win a battle. I have my opposing force in front of me. This is what we're fighting over, this piece of land. I want to push them off, and if they are not on the field of battle any longer, I won. Doesn't matter how many casualties they take, how many they kill. If I'm still standing on the battlefield, I win. Now, some of our generals, such as Green and others, though they may have lost battles, they had strategic wins. Meaning we actually killed more of their troops than they killed of ours. So we strategically left the battlefield because we did what we were supposed to do. Each recruit, as they come on, will go through the numbers of the drill constantly. They'll go through it step by step, learning to, 1, grab a cartridge from their cartridge pouch, holding it properly, tearing it off with their teeth, pouring a little in the pan, pouring the ball and the rest of the powder, or the powder and the ball, into the barrel, ramming it down, taking aim and firing. They will do this over and over again. Back in the day, we take little wooden pieces. We don't. These flints are really put little wood blocks in there so they could practice firing over and over and over again. You'd have a corporal and a sergeant that would assist them in this, and also the lieutenant like myself. Because you can tell It's hard to yell out here. Your voice gets very tired. Things are lots of explosions, the cans and everything. So today we have a drummer. So I'll be giving him the commands to give to each one of these soldiers, and they will actually take the commands from the drum roll. Take care. So, the first command is prime and load. Now, for efficiency and time, I'm not going to tell them take a cartridge out. I'm not going to tell them bite it with their teeth. I'm going to say prime and load. Since I have a drummer, I'll tell the drummer prime and load. They have been trained to hear, when they hear that drum roll, they know what the next steps to do. Now on the battlefield, they will continue to prime and load until I give them the order to cease fire. They will go through the drill and they'll do it consistently. Well, they're prime and loaded. The difference between we have the light infantry and the Continental Line or the line infantry. We are a skirmishing and a flanking unit. We are made to move fast and agile and expeditiously. One of the reasons for this is because in the battle, if you have a line, if you can get on their flank, which means you're looking down the row, if I shoot a array of muskets, imagine that musket ball going this way through these guys, where if I shoot head on, I hit him, he falls down, I've got one casualty. If I can get around to their flank, I have a much better shot of getting more guys with one ball, taking the battle. Also, there's only a couple things we need in order to be a soldier. One, you got to be able to walk. You got to have 2 feet. All right. You got to have at least 3 fingers on your right if you're righty. A trigger finger and a thumb and a finger to hold the musket. You also need a couple fingers over here in order to hold the other end, hold the end of it. But you also need at least 2 teeth, opposing teeth. That way you can actually bite the paper off. And due to popular belief, recruiting was actually pretty hard in the year of '76. It wasn't this great thing that everybody just wanted to take up arms and fight. There was a lot of people who was like, hey, you might fight, we'll see what happens in the end. There were some that were hard loyalists, and there were some that were die-hard, patriots. Now we're going to demonstrate by rank. This keeps the volume of fire if I can have them fire in 2 separate ranks rather than all in unison. I can keep the steady rate of fire rather than the volume of fire. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give a round of applause for the 2nd South Carolina Regiment.